Welcome to the Informed Choice Podcast, where natural healing meets practical truth. I'm Eni, the Niger Goddess, and this is where we simplify holistic wellness so you can stop guessing and start healing. She built her career out of some of the hardest seasons a woman can survive. Instead of letting any of that set the ceiling of her life, she turned every one of those seasons into the foundation of the body of work now reaching thousands of women. She is a 5-time Amazon bestselling author and the CEO and founder of Keep Moving with Andrena and Transform You Coaching Institute, where she trains other coaches to do the work she spent decades doing herself. She's also the creator of the Whole Woman Experience, a platform built to help women to stop shrinking themselves to make other people comfortable and start walking fully into what she calls their birthright, their own greatness. She's the author of Walk Again, the story of marriage and the loss that changed the direction of her life, with a new book, The Assignment, on the way. Please welcome Dr. Andrena Phillips to the Informed Choice Podcast. Hey, how you doing?
Thank you, Eni. I'm so grateful to be here on today. Thank you for
so glad that you're here. I know that you're going to really help a lot of people.
I pray I do.
Okay, well, Dr. Andrena, before we go anywhere else, please tell people who you are and who you serve.
I'm Dr. Andrena Phillips, CEO and founder of Keep Moving with Andrena and Transform You Coaching Institute. It is a personal professional development consulting firm. I serve organizations, leaders, and women to own their greatness. Simply put.
And very effective. I like that. Okay. Well, you have said your work is about helping women stop playing small.
Absolutely.
Right? So what does playing small actually look like from the outside? Because most people's version would never clock as playing small. So what does that look like?
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome
Is like the top one, where people know or women know that they are good at who they are and what they do, but yet and still they play small to appease other people. And so what they do is they downsize their accomplishments, allowing other people to make them feel guilty for the hard work that they put in and the goals that they reach. And so imposter syndrome is truly out there. But I always encourage the women that, you know what, let them adjust. You play and let them adjust according to who you're becoming.
Who you always were.
Absolutely. I hate when I don't want to say hate, but I dislike when women carry greatness, right? And they play small because they don't want other people to feel inferior of their education or their expertise or the lifestyle that they choose to have. And so imposter syndrome is one I really go after. That's what I love doing, is building women up.
What I'm hearing you say is when a woman has a light that shines bright, she dims it to make other people feel uncomfortable so they don't have to squint in her greatness.
Right, absolutely. But really what it does is it make people have to mirror. So when you're shining, it's a mirror to them, showing them what they haven't been doing while you've been doing the work. And so I don't like when women dim their lights, because it takes a lot to become who you are. It takes a lot for you to become this woman. It takes courage. It takes consistency. It takes clarity.
Yes.
It takes intention. It takes you being conscious of the choices that you make in life or in business to be able to be the woman that you're predestined to be.
Yes. Well, you say a woman's greatness is her birthright.
It is.
I agree.
It is, absolutely.
What is it that convinces so many women that they have to earn permission for something that was never anyone else's to give?
Society has taught us that. Society has taught us to.
So you're saying social conditioning?
Yeah. If you want to put it that way, social conditioning. The woman is not supposed to be the strong one. We're usually considered the weak one, right? And so sometimes it can be the way that you was raised, childhood. It can be your circle that you're around, the people that you are attaching yourself to, whether it's in life or in business, that have taught you to minimize who you are and who you're becoming. Yeah.
Minimizing yourself.
Yeah, minimizing, because it makes them uncomfortable. And it's funny because that's why I show up in my brand the way that I do, so bold, because I want people to understand you are the main character of your life.
Hello.
You are the main character of your life. You get to write the story and other people get to read it. And so you take back your power back by you writing the story that you want people to know about you. So that's the reason why I'm always like, own your greatness, it's your birthright, or I'm showing up boldly, the red lipstick, or, I'm dancing on the videos just to encourage people. I love to dance, and I love to get other people to dance with me because it's a form of freedom. And I want people to embrace who they are, no matter how their past look, no matter what they've been through, no matter what they're going through now. Just own your greatness. It's your birthright.
That's so powerful.
Mhm.
Like, and I've seen that so many times where it's one of the words I don't like to hear women say. Women particularly say, they'll say just.
Mhm.
That always minimizes. Oh, I just did this, this, and they'll a laundry list of things they've done that are great. But I just did this and I just did that. I'm like, no, this is amazing.
It's
You
amazing.
didn't just do
Right.
that.
You crawled to be. You sacrificed to be. People really don't understand your story. People don't see your struggles. They see the polished you, but they don't understand what it took for you or I to get here.
And that's the truth.
Yeah, they don't understand that.
It's 100% true.
Man. And so you think I'm going to play small? I had to crawl.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And I think I always bring this up when you talk about social conditioning, not being from like this country or being brought up in a household with the American mindset, where the mindset's totally different. And so I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but I don't know any Nigerians that like lack confidence or don't shine. Like that's not part of that's our issues or other things. It's not. It's not that. And so when I would watch like my American friends and how they would struggle with what you're saying, I really honestly couldn't relate to it. I'm like, I'm never going to. If you can't handle my light, then you don't need to be in my space.
Ain't that it?
And it's just that simple.
Ain't that it?
It's just that simple.
That it?
But that's because of my social conditioning that's easy for me to say and experience versus someone who does not have that same social conditioning is very difficult. And I see it all the time. And it makes a huge difference in how you interact in all types of relationships and how you show up for yourself and self-practice and self-care practices that you do or don't do for yourself because you've minimized yourself and even how you think about yourself in your own voice in your own head. And I just I think that's the key to greatness.
Absolutely. People want you to minimize who you are. They want you to not share your accomplishments and not be happy. I was talking to one of my clients about that the other day, about how people want you to not show up in life. They don't want you to be happy that you're building this business. They don't want you to be happy that you getting your doctrine, They don't want you to embrace anything that makes you look like you got it together.
For me, if I'm around people that feel that way, then they have to get out my circle. I have to disassociate.
Absolutely.
I just have to dissociate because I want to see people in my circle win and I want to support them in every way possible. And if they're doing something that I want to do that I admire, then they're encouraging me to step up even more, or think about things in a better or different way.
You would think that that's the reason why we show up, right? Because we want to inspire people to get off the sidelines. We want to inspire people to embrace their greatness. But most people don't look at it like that. Most people look at it like you're doing too much. You're too cocky. You're arrogant. Who does she think she is, or who do he think he is? And all you're doing is showing up to say, hey, despite what I've been through in life, you can still play big. No matter what is served in life, because life is going to serve us lemons. Yeah. And they're going to make us want to clutch our pearls.
Clutch all the pearls.
Clutch all the pearls. But you better clutch those pearls and you better keep showing up.
I think if people were responding like that, that's their projection.
Absolutely.
That's their own fears, their own insecurities, or them recognizing the lack of what they've done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that can't be in my space. I have enough on my plate to take on that.
Absolutely. I've learned that on my journey, coming from my weight loss. I wanted to understand why was I 338 pounds, a size 26. And when you start doing the mental work, the low self-esteem, the imposter syndrome, all of that starts showing you this is how I got here. Because I didn't believe in myself. I allowed other people to say who I was. And so now I'm standing on business. Now she done picked up.
Okay, so you built Keep Him Moving, Andrena, and Transform Your Coaching Institute after multiple lows in your life. What did those seasons of life teach you about your body, that not just your mindset, and what does it take to keep it going?
So Keep Moving with Andrena, I built that out of a whim. Because everybody used to always say, are you a life coach? Or are you a motivational speaker? Or whatever. I was the friend. I was the friend that everybody would come to for wisdom and advice and all of that. So I did it at my lowest point, which was repossession of a vehicle, eviction notice, no water, no electricity. And I would go serve women in domestic violence. And so I just went on with it, and it just helped me to overcome my own situation and started helping me make different choices in my life, right? By serving them and transferring. You came in the midst of everything, and then I keep moving with Andrena down a little bit, and then when I lost my husband, I picked it up again because I had to pause when I was his caregiver. And so what I learned about my health is very important for you to pause for the cause and to take care of you. It really is, mentally, physically, spiritually, in every aspect of your life, because you're no good for nobody else if you don't take care of you. And that was the one thing that my late husband had taught me, is about your health. And he would tell me, he said, I shouldn't be in this situation. He was a 21-year veteran, Army vet. And he was saying, because I ripped and run the streets and didn't take my health serious, I'm here. So he would be on me about me taking care of my health. During to take care of your health. Stop eating all them sweets.
You got a sweet tooth.
I got a sweet tooth. I'm a little sweet tooth woman. And that helped me understand that health is very important. When they say wealth, health is wealth.
It is.
Yep, health is wealth. Mm-hmm.
I guess we're going to dig a little deeper into that in a sec.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. You've talked about the 2 lessons your husband left you.
Yes.
What are they, and how do they show up in how you coach women today?
The 2 lessons that my late husband, Mr. Phillips, left me was, 1, you can never question the man up above, which is God. He knows your ending, your middle, and your beginning. So you can never question it. And then the second one was that he said, no matter if I'm here or not, Drina, you still have to run your race because you have a purpose that you must fulfill. Oh, yeah. Me and Mr. Phillips used to have hard talks, hard truths. He accepted his sickness. I didn't.
The whole time he was
at peace with it.
But in the whole time you never...
I wrestled with it. You finally find a man that, that give you that safe place, safe space, that love you for who you are, and you can be vulnerable. You don't have to be the hardcore woman. You know what I'm saying? You can finally be in your feminine era, everybody calls it.
Yes.
And I didn't want to accept it. But he had always had peace about it. Always had peace about it.
Which, from his perspective, that's a beautiful thing. Like, you didn't pass with regret.
He was like, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go, my love. He was like, we all serve our purpose. And when our purpose is filled and our assignment is completed, it's completed. So we would have those conversations.
Those are heavy, tough conversations.
Those are heavy. We call them our hard truths. Our hard truths. So he was preparing me. He prepared me. We always talked because we was friends. Me and my lady husband, we was best friends. Talk about anything. So a year before his passing, it was very hard for me emotionally and spiritually. I think I was mourning it already. And so that's why I try to teach women that when it's time to let go, it's time to let go. Got to be honest with yourself. You have to have those hard truths, those hard conversations.
Yeah, I know that too well.
Don't we all?
Know that far too well. Well, from the clinical side, everything you just said, everything you're carrying, we call that the allostatic load. And it's a cumulative wear on the body because our bodies are not designed for prolonged stress, as you know, right? It's designed for stress, and then we go back into a rest and digest state. So when that doesn't happen, and your sympathetic nervous system stays activated all the time, right? That has so many effects on the body. So that affects your immune system, it affects your cardiovascular health, and it affects your hormone regulation before it ever shows up as any kind of diagnosis. So that's why it's so important, like the physical cost of composure or the physical cost of holding it in and not having those hard truths, like you just said. How that actually has a physical impact on the body. And that's why it's so important, especially for women, especially women that look like they have it all together, to really deal with those things so that it does not, you're not having those kind of conversations unnecessarily, like, because your body has been taking the toll that you've avoided for so long.
Yeah, because the body keeps count.
It sure does. It keeps
the body keeps count. A very good count. A very good count. The body keeps count. But during that season of my life, my body was keeping count. And I was going through menopause and, high blood pressure and, because I became his caregiver and, I was carrying the emotional weight, and it just had to get to a point where I was trying to save him, but he was at peace and I was taking a toll, body, mind, and soul, everything until it got to the point where I had to get at peace with it.
Did the peace come before or after he passed?
It came after.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because after is nothing else you can do. Because him and God had already made a decision. And I ain't even trying to take you out of church. But that's the truth of it. So it came after. But I understood more after what my assignment was as his wife.
That just made me feel very emotional. And I'll just share from my perspective. Anybody who's ever listened to any podcast or met me for 2 seconds will know that my father was my everything. We were incredibly close. And 2 weeks before, everyone knows that the hospital killed my father. Before he was killed in the hospital, I came home. I came up the steps. He was sitting at his desk, and he looked at me and he called me Akbama. Akbama means firstborn daughter in our language. And he looked at me and he said, "I don't have anything left to teach you. I've given you everything I have." And I had just come home. I think I had just come home from work. I was still in corporate America at that time. And I remember it was like a gut punch. I was like, "No, Daddy, I still need you. I still need," and he was like, "I've given you everything." And then 2 weeks later, he was killed like that.
Because they are our teachers. They are our teachers. My husband was my teacher too. He taught me very, very well. Because a lot of people said, "How was it that you was able to bounce back?"
Yeah.
I wasn't able to bounce back.
I don't know about the bounce.
I don't know about the bounce part. I had the resilient muscle, but I don't know about that bounce part. But he was one of my greatest teachers, my best friend and my best lover. And the wisdom that he instilled in me during our time together is what is my drive to continue to go.
Yeah.
Because we still have legacy, right?
Yeah.
And so the teachings that they gave us, we would not do them any justice if we didn't keep moving.
Exactly.
We wouldn't, and us keep moving is still keeping them alive here.
That's why, because of what you just said, I left corporate America and I started all these things I'm doing now in his honor because it's the driving force.
That's right. It's the force. It's the force. Now people don't see the behind the scenes, the crawling and the kicking and the why me, and why I gotta go through this and all of that. But
why him?
Why him? Yeah.
Why the best people?
Yeah. I'm like, why? You have to take him. I was his best wife. That's what he used to tell me. And but he used to tell me, Mr. Phillips said, when the assignment is completed, it's completed. When the purpose is done, the purpose is done. That's with everybody. And you just have to take the lessons and the wisdom that they give you, and you got to use it to push you forward, to push you through. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing because I could have been bitter, gone a whole different route. He wouldn't have approved of that. He would not want me to do that. I know he's like uber proud of what I'm doing now.
Absolutely.
And that keeps me going, pushes me every day. Well, it doesn't push me, it propels me, because I enjoy it and I see the results and I just know that this is
my late husband used to say, he said, show out on him.
Show out.
He said, show out on him, Andrena. I said, no, I can't do all of that. He said, He said, put your foot on their neck.
I like him.
Oh, yeah.
I like him.
Everybody used to love Mr. Phillips. A nice guy, kind guy, laid back, funny. And it had a man full of wisdom. And people's like, you still talk about him and smile. And I said, I'll continue no matter where life takes me. I'll always continue to speak about him because he was one of my greatest teachers.
It keeps them alive.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was my get up. No, Andrena, get up. After he passed, get up. What are you sitting there for? Get up. You still got to show up. You still got to show up. I know. Take it all in.
You describe helping women build unshakable confidence. Where does confidence actually live in the body, and what happens when a woman is taught to suppress it for years?
I think confidence lives especially in women. Two places, I think. You can help me on this one. The mind, the mindset is very powerful. What you think you are, that's who you become, right?
Exactly.
So a man thinketh, so shall he be. Exactly. That is so true. And then for a woman in her belly, because she carries everything in her belly, her truth, her becoming, her compassion is everything in the belly, because she carries everything.
Two responses to that. I think almost every episode I mentioned, for women specifically, that this is a repository, our reproductive area. And that's why when we're carrying these things and we don't address it, this is why there's such a prevalence of fibroids, because it's always an emotional component tied to it. And so you're absolutely right. It is mine, and it's also in our, if you're listening and not watching what I'm doing, it's in our repository in our reproductive system. But then also from a clinical perspective as well, there's been research, and I think I wrote this down, research on expressive suppression. It's a habitual pattern of holding back an authentic emotional response. It links to reduced heart rate variability. So a marker of how well the nervous system is responding in and out of a parasympathetic state. So a lower heart rate variability is associated with a greater physiological strain under stress. So over years, your nervous system that rarely gets to fully downshift and actually get back fully regulated and always has to stay like mildly braced. All that bracing carries a cardiovascular and metabolic cost, not just an emotional one. So it's a lot. Like, I've always confessed that I have been a person that compartmentalizes. So I don't really feel. I'm always in my head thinking kind of person. I'm not a person like, oh, when I feel this and I feel that, and I was like, okay, despite my feelings, I may not like all that, but the mission is this. I'm focused on this mission. My feelings are secondary or tertiary, typically, to what I need to accomplish. And I'm thinking because I'm focused on this and I'm accomplishing this, that these tertiary feelings are not doing anything to me, but they are, and they did. And that's why I was almost 400 pounds. And that's why.
So you understand.
Yes. That's what was more to it than that. But yeah, but that's why, like, all the things, all the diseases and things, the PCOS, the diabetes, the fibroids, the goiter, the high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all the things
come from the emotions.
Because I wasn't dealing with these other things.
The hard truth. The hard truth.
Unknowingly, because I didn't have enough energy to even start to try to process, because I had so no energy in life. Everything I ever accomplished was sheer willpower. So I didn't have enough time in the day because I was so tired to even deal with this stuff because I didn't have any energy. I was so sick.
Because a lot of times we focus more on the outer than we do on the inner. The sickness is what shows you that you're not working your inner.
You're right. I didn't care about that. Like, again, this is a cultural thing. Me being fat did not bother me because, girl was still cute up here.
You better go ahead now. You better go ahead.
But it wasn't like I had low self-esteem. It's like, okay, I'm pretty, I'm just overweight. I'm fat. Okay, I'm a great person. I'm just fat. I didn't care. That did not care. What I cared about is that I had no energy to do anything. And everything I had to do to accomplish all the things I did accomplish, I don't even know. I think, how did I even do it? It was only willpower because I did not have any energy. So I didn't have the energy to think about how I really was feeling about anything because I'm like, I got to get this paper done. I have to get this.
Your why outweigh your excuses.
It did. It did. And then once I got a bit of information like, oh, you make these changes to your diet, you make these changes to your lifestyle, you might actually have some real energy for a change. And when that happened, all of a sudden I felt like I was in my 20s for the first time. In my 20s, I felt like I had one foot in the grave. I was like, wow, my whole life changed.
Because food is a catalyst of, I want to say it, your food tell you who you are. Really. It tells you who you are. And when you take enough time to really learn who you are and switch your diet, there's a different way that you show up when you eating the fast foods, the sweets, and all that. You show up tired and exhausted.
Yeah.
But when you start showing up eating the foods that are of nature, right? It's a totally different.
You better talk.
Yeah, because listen, that's what we had to do in order to lose the weight that we lost. I was 338 pounds. You was 400 pounds. You had to look at food from a different angle and how it treated you and your body and what it did to your mind, your body, and your soul, And so thank goodness that we had that choice. Because, honey, I probably would have been about 600 pounds. Honey.
On 600 pound life.
Oh, yeah, the 600 pound life, honey.
I always, when I have watched it, I can't really watch it, but when I watch every one of them got a man every time.
They do, but I love 600 pounds. I do. Because you know why I like it? Because it tells you the mental state, how people look at food and how their life reflects.
I can see that angle. I think now because I've been in school for so long, I don't like what I'm hearing the doctors say. And that stuff, that it bothers me so much I can't watch it anymore.
Girl, I love them.
I'm like, all these girls, I can't find a man. I'm like, they keep a man. They keep a man.
They keep a man. Them big women keep men. They ain't worried about nothing.
So why can't you find a man?
Right.
Well, a man's supposed to find you.
That's right. So that's right. The man's supposed to find you. Right. You the good thing.
Right. That part. But I'm like, why hasn't a good man found you? There's maybe you need to
do some work.
Clean house a little bit.
Do some work. Do that mirror work.
It says she keep a man.
And she's 600 pounds, honey. You can't tell her nothing either.
Nothing. And she look at him like, I dare you.
Know why? Because she may be 600 pounds, but her confidence, you can't beat it. You hear me? You can't beat it. You can't tell her nothing, honey.
Yeah, that's why I started watching the show. But then the more and more I learned about what they were telling her, I was like, I don't. That's a whole other conversation. That's not part of this show. So,
right.
Okay, well, you brought up imposter syndrome earlier.
Uh-huh.
So that gets talked about as a mindset issue. What have you seen it do to women, like physically, like her sleep, her stress response, her health, before she names it out loud? Like, how are you able to identify when she's talking to you, like, okay, this is imposter syndrome?
The way that she carries herself.
Oh
yeah.
So it's not even when you're talking to her.
Not even when you're talking. Just the way that she carries herself. She don't have a head up. She don't have a back, a chest out, a back up, and even how she shows up in appearance wise. That tells a lot about what a person is mentally, physically, and spiritually. Why I got to get dressed? Why I got to put makeup on? Why I got to do my hair? You know what I'm saying? So the imposter syndrome is not just the mental; it's the whole thing, and we see that with women all the time.
So if like you have one of your clients, so you've already kind of like, I won't say diagnosed, but you kind of made an assessment just about how she presents herself in the room or in the space. And then when you speak with her, you clarify that further, or
even her conversation.
Okay.
Conversation, the poverty mindset conversation, the woe it's me conversation. I never can do this. I can never can be this. I can never have that.
Never.
Yeah, her whole conversation it's always a victim mentality. Instead of looking at it from a different perspective, how can I become the woman that I desire? What habits can I change? How can I show up to become this woman that I desire? That it took that for all of us to decide. It's basically you deciding, do I want to continue to stay here or do I want to go here?
Yeah.
And in between that dash, you got to change those habits. You got to see yourself like that.
Tell people.
I be trying to tell them out here.
Okay, well, walk me through what the whole woman experience actually is for a person that's never heard of it.
Let me tell you something about the whole woman experience. How it actually birthed was at a low part of my life. 6 months after I buried Mr. Phillips, I had to do that conference before I could leave. It was given to me. I ain't trying to take you out of church, but that's what God gave me. He said, because other women need to hear your story. Other women need to know how it is to get up at their worst time in their life, the darkest hour, the time where they don't understand, why me? Why did I get there? How did I get here? So the whole woman experience was about you becoming the woman that you desire. That's what it's about. To really embrace who you are, because guess what? You needed every version of her.
Sure did, Lord.
You don't want me to walk that dog.
Yeah, go ahead.
You needed every version of her in order to get that, in order to become. That was the whole woman experience. Not that she's a perfect woman, right? But she's a woman that's in progress. She's a woman that is becoming her best version of herself. And it takes her going down those different avenues, even those dark places, even those places of uncertainty, right? Even those low self-esteem places. That's what the whole woman experience is about.
I think that's a great framing of what the experience is about. So now it's an event. So talk about the event and all that. Tell us more about that.
So yeah, it became an event. It became my annual conference. And what it is I come in and I pick certain women to tell their story. Because a lot of times people see us like this. They don't know the real story behind how Dr. Andrena got here or how Annie got where she is. They just feel like you always been there. No.
Not at all.
Not at all. She has a story, and most women do have a story. And so I challenge them to show up in that story, to inspire another woman, to inspire a woman that's standing beside her. Tell your story. So I have about 6 speakers, and they come in and they'll tell their story, crafted around the theme. The Power of Becoming is our theme this year. I have authors write about it, which you are one of my authors. I'm glad that you're there to tell your story. And we just, come in to give that transformation that some woman may need. Because it's one of the women that's on that stage or in that story, every woman can identify with. Every woman can identify with.
That's super powerful. Links will be in the show notes below so you can get your ticket and be there.
Absolutely. Hope to see you in the room.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, a woman listening or watching right now has been quietly shrinking herself for years and doesn't fully realize it. Because that does happen. What's the first sign she should look for in her own life?
What is the first sign that she should look for in her own life? Is where she is at a representation of who she really want to be.
Say that again. I like that.
Where she is that really the representation you want it to be? And if it's not, then that's your sign to start making those changes to become the woman that you want to be. It don't matter how big or how small any, make the changes. Redesigner.
Redesigner. I like that.
Redesigner.
I like that.
I redesigned in Dr. Andrena. 338-pound Andrena and size 12, 14 Andrena now is a totally different woman. A totally different woman. And I designed her.
I understand that. I was a size 24, now size 10.
Right. You said. We be working too, you hear me?
Yeah, I get it. What is one boundary most women wait far too long to set, and what finally makes them set it from your experience working with them?
Settling. Settling. Just saying this is all I can have. This is all I can get.
It's fine.
This is fine. I'm okay. I'm good. No matter how somebody's treating them, no matter what is given to them, they just accept it. Just settle.
Yeah, settle.
That settle is something else.
That's a doozy right there, man.
Settle. They just settle. I was just talking to a client earlier today, and I was giving her an exercise I wanted her to do because I wanted her to get clarity. And I told her, I said, you need to learn how to decide instead of settle. And she was like, I never thought of it like that. Your decision will tell you whether you are settling or you're not.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. That might be a t-shirt. Okay. Okay. So if a woman wants to start reclaiming her voice this week or today, not someday, what's the first concrete thing she should do?
Get honest with herself.
What does that look like?
Telling the truth. Telling herself the truth. We had to tell ourselves the truth. We had to tell ourselves the truth. Tell the truth. Look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Not be ashamed of the journey, because remember, we need every version of her.
Yeah.
But tell her the truth.
I'm glad you highlighted that. Do not be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed of the journey. Never be ashamed of your journey. I don't care how it looks.
Yeah. I always say, please be kind to yourself.
But you have to tell the truth, because you telling the truth is feeding the little girl that can become the grown woman. So you have to tell the truth.
And that's how she can start to reclaim her voice.
That's how she reclaims today. Not tomorrow, today. Yeah. Tell your truth. Tell it.
I really, really like that. Of everything you've survived, which season taught you the most about who you actually are underneath the composure?
Losing my late husband. Losing my late husband. Because I had to have the drive to get back up. I had to have the drive to get back up. That was truly a blow.
Do you think if he were still with us that you would still be 338 pounds?
When I was 338 pounds, that was with my first husband. Mr. Phillips is my second husband. So the 338 pounds was the young woman that didn't know who she was, married young, had 3 kids, looking for a man to fulfill her. So then get a divorce, be a single mom. That started me building little by little, brick by brick. You know, you got to take it day by day. But the hardest lesson was to bounce back from losing my spouse. That's the hardest one. That was the hardest blow. Yeah, that was the hardest. That was the hardest blow, was to figure out, am I going to get up or am I just going to lay here?
Because you really had to lean on you.
I had to really lean on me. I had built my career, my business, and now it's like, what are you going to do with it? I still have a legacy. I still have a legacy that I have to leave for my kids and my grandkids. So I made a conscious decision to get up. Little by little. I had a hard truth.
Okay. I really like that. Confidence coaching is everywhere right now. If you go on like TikTok and Instagram, all the things, right? So what makes the difference between the confidence that is real and the confidence that's performed for other people?
The confidence for real is you don't need nobody validation. You don't need nobody validation
at all.
The fake one is that you're trying to appease and please people because you're looking for them to validate you. But when you validate yourself, it looks totally different. I don't need y'all to validate Dr. Andrena. I really don't. I went through that season of my life, people pleasing and wanting everybody to see me. But I had to see me first.
Absolutely.
And the moment that you begin to see your own self is the moment that your perspective change, the lenses change, and the people change. So it doesn't matter whether you like her or you don't, whether you accept her or not. You have to adjust. I know who she is. Yeah, that's the difference. When you don't need people's validation. I don't need people's permission. The next woman don't need permission. We're here.
We here.
We're here. We're here, Annie.
It's such a great message. I'm so happy about this.
Oh.
Okay, so some people say resilience gets romanticized,
Mm-hmm.
that women are praised for holding it together instead of being asked what it's actually costing them. So what do you think of that critique?
I think that's true. People think you're going to get a reward or a trophy by being the strong one. And that's not right. And that's not even the case. If anything, you're going to get more put on you and piled on you. I just think that people that if you need the help, just say you need the help. And you'll be amazed that there are people that really want to help you get to the next level. There's people that really want to see you win. It's more people that want to see you win that don't want to see you win. Right? But you have to let people know what you want from them. Yeah, I don't play that. I had that badge, the strong one too, and ain't nothing come out of that, but a whole bunch of 338 pounds. That's what that badge was, carrying the load for everybody, the emotions for everybody. But when I stopped and thought about what I need, it looks totally different. I don't want that badge no more. I need help. I'm going to let you know I need help. I'm going to let the right ones know I need help, because you can't let everybody know.
Lord, that's true.
You can't let everybody know you see your vulnerability, because everybody can't hold it.
Right.
Especially if you consider the strong one, everybody can't hold your vulnerability.
Yes.
So you have to be very intentional on who you allow to see that part of you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we let people know like how they can work with you and everything, is there anything else I should have asked you that I didn't, or anything you want to share with the audience that can help the viewer or listener?
I want everybody to just show up in your greatness and own it. It's your birthright. And always remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, your purpose is your struggle. Yeah, I gotta start over.
Go ahead.
Your struggle is your stepping stone to get you into your greatness. That's all it is. But you must show up and you must play in it.
I like that visual.
Mm-hmm.
A stepping stone.
No, this is it. Your purpose is greater than your struggle. Your struggle is your stepping stone to get you into your greatness. You must play full out and you must show up in it. That's the one I want you to use.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Okay.
That's beautiful. Well, we have our tradition on the show. We ask the same last question to everybody that comes on. If you could give the guests or listeners one informed choice they can make this week, what would it be?
Be non-negotiable.
Be non-negotiable. I like that. And why is that?
Because that means you have boundaries, and that means that you respect you. You pick you. You pick you.
Another t-shirt. I like that. I really like that. Well, okay, so before we move into our herbal spotlight, will you please tell people how they can work with you and reach you and all the things, and her links will be in the show notes below.
Yes, you can work with me at Keep Moving, MOVIN, with Andrena.com. You can follow me on all my social medias, and I hope I see y'all at the conference, The Whole Woman Experience. Is coming September 18th and 19th, and Annie gonna be in there with me.
All information will be below, and it'll be in the newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for the Naija Guys newsletter, please click the link below so you can be informed of all upcoming events and activities that I'm a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. You have been extraordinary.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and you are extraordinary too.
Thank you. All right, so welcome back. It's our herbal spotlight, and Dr. Andrea. So everything we talk about today in terms of composure, holding it together through grief, and you're holding a business together, all the things that particularly women tend to do. We have an herb that actually can help with that.
Oh, man.
And the herb is called Motherwort. Have you ever heard that before?
I've heard of it before.
Yeah, so Motherwort's been around for a very, very long time. And it gets its name because it's used in maternal use mostly. That's how most people hear about it. It's given to pregnant women for anxiety, and it helps with like uterine cramping. It actually helps in child labor, helps stimulate the uterus and all that. Midwives use it for uterine cramping. That was like a big thing was for. It helps support labor, like I was saying, and postpartum recovery helps with reducing bleeding, much like red raspberry leaf does. So that's how most people know about it. But the other part that makes Motherwort so good, and it's actually in the Latin name that you'll see on the screen now, it's actually good for your heart. And so when you've been in seasons of grief, and we both experience from different perspectives. Like I remember my heart physically hurting, like a literal tightness in my chest, a physical pain in my chest and my everything, and even in my stomach sometimes too. And this herb actually helps release all that. And so it does both. So it helps with a woman who is carrying a new life, and then also the grief and stress that can come postpartum. And Motherwort does that. So it contains glycosides that are compounds that help reduce anxiety-related heart palpitations. That's the That's what the science is doing. This is actually a clinical study that was published in Phytomedicine that found a 30% reduction in self-reported anxiety-related palpitations after 4 weeks of just drinking the tea or taking it as an extract, which is that's pretty good with no side effects, right? So that's where I like to use it. So a lot of people like to take it as a tincture. Just 20 or 30 drops in water. It's very bitter, so bitter is very good. Americans don't seem to like bitter, but bitter is very good for you. Or you can take what we did today is take the dry leaf and steep it, and I add stevia leaves to it to cut the bitterness because I wasn't sure if you could do bitter or not. So I sweetened it up for you naturally. Okay. I sweetened it up naturally for you. So in terms of contraindications, it's not good to take while you're pregnant because, again, it can stimulate the uterine contraction. So during labor, it's good to drink. And it's excellent for postpartum to help tone things back up and to reduce bleeding. And if you're taking any like beta blockers or anything for your heart, consult your healthcare practitioner before you introduce anything new into your regimen. So, what do you think?
Let's go for it.
All right.
I can't wait.
So it was hot earlier, but now it's room temperature. So you can taste.
Okay.
And if you like, you can have more. It's all for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's good. It's really good. You put honey in it?
Just stevia leaves.
Really? It's really good.
Yeah, honey's not vegan.
Well, you can tell I don't be doing vegan too much. I'm working on it.
So no, it's just the bitter.
It's really good.
And then actual stevia leaves. With the bitter herbs, now people on the show always add the stevia leaves. It makes it seem palatable.
It's really, really smoothing.
Smooth. Yeah.
It's real smooth.
Yeah.
And it has like a little bit of sweet. I'm glad you know I like sweet. I love a little sweetness now.
Okay, well, awesome. Really, and this will be very nice and calming, and it's hydrating as well. Okay, so this will accompany your dish. This is all for you. So it's
okay, good. Really, really good. You're gonna have to give me the recipe, honey.
Yeah, absolutely, happily. I'm glad that
that's real good. I really like that.
We're transitioning now to Be Wealthy Vegetarian Kitchen. And on today's episode, we're going to do a dish that I say, okay, for a person that might have not the best impressions of vegan food, I'll say, let's do something that is approachable. Okay. So we're going to do some type of Alfredo type sauce. So the sauce that we're going to actually do is actually in my book, Nourished by Nija. You can scan the QR code that's on the screen right now and grab your copy, digital or physical. And it is very high in protein, high in fiber. So you'll be filled, you'll be nourished, but it also still feels comforting. So I'll go ahead and break everything down. So we're going to make the sauce, and then we're going to talk about the pasta. Okay. So
now we're going to talk about your sauce.
We just
you know, one thing about being vegan that we non-vegan people be talking about.
Tell people
is that we don't never think y'all get full. And I know that protein is like one of y'all staples. You know what I'm saying? We're like, damn, you don't get full because we got to have that meat and. That's how we think, child.
So I'm glad you said that. So that's so not true. So first point, all protein on planet Earth comes from plants. Full stop. Okay. And if you're not full, whether you're eating whatever diet you're eating, you're not eating enough fiber. Okay. So yes, you need to have protein. You need to have all the macros. You can't just focus on protein. Protein is not a super nutrient. You have to have protein. You have to have healthy fat. You have to have carbohydrates. You have to have that. And also what's more important that most meat eaters don't think about, where are you getting your fiber and where are you getting your micronutrients? Where are you getting your iron? Where are you getting your magnesium? Where are you getting your manganese? Where are you getting these other nutrients that you need so you can have a full, complete life and feel your best? And especially with our soils being so depleted in most of these nutrients now. So we have to make sure we're conscious about getting those things. So when you eat a major meal, it's very important that you focus on having at least 10 to 15 grams of fiber per major meal, meaning a breakfast, lunch, or a dinner. Snacks, you don't have to have that much fiber, but if you have enough fiber and you have a balance on your plate of protein, fat, and fiber, then you'll feel full. And that's part of the Nourished by Nija method. So that is the framework, the PF3 framework. So it's protein, fiber, fat, and flavor. Because if it don't taste good, you ain't going to keep doing it. Okay. So that's the framework, the PF3 framework in Nourished by Nija. Yeah, that's in the book. So if you have that, you'll be full. Like if you're going to be a junk food vegan and just eat potato chips and French fries and all the things.
And you called me out, right?
Oh, I didn't know. And eating Twizzlers and things, because all those things are vegan and Oreos. You're going to be starving, and then you're going to be gaining weight because you're eating all these empty calories, right?
Yes.
And they're vegan, but they're not healthy.
Supposed
to be. Yeah, all the things. We focus on single ingredient, whole plant foods. So if you do that, you won't be hungry. So here we're starting off, I have some soy milk here, and I'm going to just pour it in the bottom just so before I add the other ingredients, it doesn't get stuck. And this is 8 grams of protein per cup, but I'll add the rest of that in a bit. Our other main protein source and fat source for the dish are hemp seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So very rich in that. So you have your omega-3 fatty acids. So this is like anti-inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you're getting the whole fats and all the protein. This whole dish, one serving is 45 grams of protein.
No way.
19 grams of fiber.
No way.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
So look, take that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take that.
Come on with the vegan jargon. Teach us.
Okay, so we've got that. We've got our main protein, and the subsequent protein we're adding some cannellini beans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is going to act as a thickener for our sauce here, and add the protein and fiber.
Look like it's gonna be so good.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and is.
And is.
All right, so here we have nutritional yeast, and this is something that most, if you're not in the vegan vegetarian world, you probably haven't heard of or use it much in the United States. But this is super high in protein, and your B vitamins, which is your B vitamins, will give you energy. Your water soluble vitamins that you have to replenish on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
This is non-fortified. That's why it's not a super bright yellow. I'll put it here so you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And this adds umami. So the umami that you get when you eat meat are called glutamates. That's what gives you that. That's umami, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have, when you're cooking without an animal product, you have to use the natural sources that have glutamates in them.
Mm-hmm.
So like a sun-dried tomato, for example, or mushrooms or nutritional yeast, they have umami. So that gives you that where you don't feel like you're missing, like, where's the chicken or something like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we add
so it's good for like your B vitamins, right?
Your whole B complex is here.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have our flavor. Because now we've talked about protein. We have our fiber with the beans, and we have more fiber we're going to add with the broccoli and the pasta noodles. The fat was in the hemp seeds, and now we had to add flavor. So I have Italian seasoning here. She said she was mild on the spice. I just put a little seasoning.
Yeah, I'm mild on the spice.
I put a half teaspoon of red pepper flakes.
Mm-hmm.
I put onion powder and some bouillon. It's chicken bouillon with no chicken in it. No chicken bouillon. So that is our flavor.
It's starting to smell good. I'm just ready to taste the chow.
Okay. So now we're going to give this a blend. Turn this off.
So how long you been vegan?
2018.
Really? What made you go vegan?
And I didn't add the liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like I was telling you, I was overweight
Mm-hmm.
and sick with all the things I mentioned earlier in the
Mm-hmm.
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I always kind of wanted to be like vegetarian. I never really heard of vegan. But every time I saw a vegetarian, they looked so scrawny and weak, and
Really?
they did.
Really?
And then they were eating things that at the time I was allergic to. They were always eating like nuts, and I was very allergic to nuts. I was allergic to mushrooms. I was still definitely allergic to bananas. And I always saw them eating stuff like that. And I was like, well, even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched this documentary of my father, What the Health, and it changed.
I've seen that.
It changed me on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
On a dime. I said, okay, I'm going to give this a try.
Yeah, that was a good documentary.
It was.
It was really good.
And then I never looked back because I started having energy. And then weight started coming off without any effort. Wasn't even exercising then. And then my skin cleared up because I had horrible acne. And my hair was all a mess. Then my hair started growing. But most importantly, I had energy. And I was like, wow.
That's it.
I think that's good. These shiitake mushrooms.
Oh, I love mushrooms.
So I just marinated them in smoked paprika and some garlic salt and a little bit of soy sauce. And it's been marinating. So we don't need to add any oil because mushrooms are already filled with so much water.
And I hear y'all use that like as a meat product.
So true vegans, even though I hate the word vegan, I'm a whole plant-based person. I am not seeking to replace meat on my plate. I'm not like, oh, what's the chicken version? No, I'm looking for a complete meal that tastes good. I don't want to think about eating a dead animal. So we don't like that. So when they're if they're a vegan that's new to or in transition, then they're still looking to see, because you've grown up saying, okay, there's meat on my plate, and there's a starch on my plate, right? You've grown up thinking that, and they're still in that transition. But once you're past that, it's like, do I have protein, fiber, fat on my plate? It doesn't have to show up as a former animal, it doesn't show up that way. So no, I just do this. This is just like a texture thing, and there are a lot of nutrients, like you get like selenium. There are a lot of micronutrients that are in mushrooms. So that's why I added it to make sure we're complete. So
you got to come at us and say dead animal.
Yeah, look, don't always say. He said the hard truth,
right? The hard truth.
Okay. Don't
now when
sugarcoat
we
it.
look at a burger or we look at a chicken, we're gonna be like, oh Lord, and he said a dead animal.
Well, I just like to tell, like I do my cooking classes, like it's a dead animal. So don't try to sweeten it up by calling it Filet mignon. Okay, you're eating a cow.
Oh my.
Okay, you're eating a pig. Just say what it is. Like if you're cool with that, be cool with it. But just say what it is.
Say what it is. Okay, then.
So I'm just
smells good.
That smells amazing. Mm-hmm. You see all that liquid that just came out of the mushrooms. So you don't want to use oil in excess. I'm not necessarily oil free, but I think I say this on almost every episode. 1 tablespoon of oil is 120 calories. And you have people that will start off by pouring oil and then sauteing. Now you add like 4, 5, 6, 700 calories. And then in the meals that was supposed to be healthy, that now it's not. It's not adding to the flavor. It's not adding to anything but your waistline. So when you're going to use oil, use it with intention so that you can minimize it and use it for flavor. So if I use an oil, it's really intentional. But this, we don't need any oil. We have our fat source from the hemp seeds here. So now we're going to be able to absorb all of our fat-soluble vitamins in addition to our water-soluble vitamins.
I promise you, this tea is divine. It is divine. It's divine. You gotta give me the recipe.
There's no recipe. It's literally just the leaves and stevia leaves. That's it.
It is delicious. Look. Yep.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're gonna be nice and calm.
Nice and calm. Relax.
But you're asking great questions, so
okay.
Yeah. So I'm just cooking this through.
It smells delicious.
Smoked paprika is one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah, it's very versatile. It lends itself well to West African cooking as well. In my versions of it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be
like
good.
being in the kitchen?
I do now. It's not like I became a chef. I went to culinary school and became a chef out of necessity because my entire life I was always very sickly. After when we were here in this country, all my baby pictures and stuff, I'm in a hospital. I always had to carry an EpiPen with me my entire life.
Oh my gosh!
And then so I decided to go to culinary school. So I was like, let me see what's in food so I can see what's making me sick, so I can stop having to stab myself in the thigh with EpiPen. And that's how I went to culinary school. And then when I got to culinary, even though it was nothing, I didn't even I never heard of veganism. When I had to do like the butchery and all, I hated it.
Oh man!
And I never liked it. Every time like stuffing a chicken, I'm like, you see the little wings folded up like this. I was like, this doesn't feel right to me.
You gonna make sure we look at that stuff different now.
It's a whole thing because I truly love animals, right? And I was like, I love animals, but then I eat some of them, you know.
Oh my goodness!
It never sat well. It just didn't. So, but I didn't think I could do anything about it. I thought you needed to have meat, and I didn't know. And it wasn't until I went and studied and I learned, you need the nutrients. You don't need the dead animal, right? You need the nutrients and just knowing how to do it properly so that you're not missing out on your micro and your macros. That's where a lot of people just go wrong because we don't know.
We don't understand that language, to be honest with you.
And then you have people that make horrible vegan food that make it bad for all of us.
Like, yeah, because we done seen some big vegans now.
I might not even just that they got big, but the fact that the food tastes horrible.
Oh,
like
man.
all the misconceptions you think of when you see or think of vegan food, which is why I hate these terms, which I hardly ever use on the show. Because vegan says what you're not eating. It doesn't say what you're actually swallowing. Because again, you could eat Oreos. Yeah, you could eat Oreos and French fries all day and be vegan, right? But what are you actually swallowing is what matters. And that's where the difference comes into play. So this is looking all right to me. How's it looking to you?
It looks good. Definitely smells good. Definitely smells good.
All right. Let that just continue to be warm over there. And we're going to switch and get back to our...
Now this recipe in your book?
This recipe, the sauce is on the book. And what you can put the sauce on is what you want to. So now that we've made the sauce, now let's talk about the pasta. So your traditional pasta is higher on the glycemic index. This pasta is made with a mixture of durum wheat, which is in a lot of most pastas, like semolina pasta, but it's also with lupini beans. That's what makes it exceptionally high in protein. So that's what helps bolster this dish up to 45 grams of protein per serving because it's very high in fiber and in protein and lower on the carbohydrate side. Because the net carbs for this whole dish is, I think it's 55 or 56 net carbs. All things considered, that's pretty doggone good. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to pour the sauce out. I'm going to put the rest of the milk in there that didn't fit. It's going to be very kind of thick.
It looks thick.
So this is your Alfredo, for lack of a better term, your white sauce, cream sauce. So in my world, I want to make a cream sauce, instead of adding heavy cream like dairy, which is very inflammatory to the body, you can do a cashew cream, or I like to do this even better in this. That way, if someone has a nut allergy, you don't have to worry about it. Blend up white beans, and
I don't do dairy too much no more.
That's excellent.
I don't.
Look, your body says thank you.
No, it does.
Thank you for not making us have excess mucus and all the things. Try to get everything. These are precious ingredients. All right. That in sink, please.
Got you.
I'm going to add in the rest of the milk.
Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Smells good.
And so what I love about this, and I have that, like I said, in the book, this is so easy to meal prep and to store. So you can make a huge batch of the sauce. You can double the sauce, and you can freeze it. And then when I'm doing any kind of meal prep for the week, I'll make a pasta, freeze the pasta. That way it's already done, like I had already done here. And all you have to do is just reheat it. So when if you're on the highway and it took you a longer time to get home, and now you don't feel like making dinner, you've got stuff that's already ready to go, just needs to be heated through on the stovetop. Okay, so what we're going to do, so this is heating through, and as this heats, it will actually get thicker. We're going to go ahead and put in our pasta here. Got you. And then always add greens to your meal. So you can add spinach, you can add peas. Today I'm adding broccoli, or all the above. You know, just do the thing.
I love broccoli.
Awesome.
It's one of my favorite greens is broccoli. And what else is it? Brussels sprouts.
I have Brussels sprouts. I was debating between Brussels sprouts and broccoli. All right. So this is just going to heat through. And while that's doing that, I'm going to do a quick taste test to see if I need to adjust the sauce for seasoning.
Now, is your whole family vegan?
So my husband is. When my girls lived here, that was inside the house, yes. Outside the house, no.
Right.
So if they wanted to go to Chick-fil-A with their friends, whatever, they could do that. I just wanted to make sure that they knew, since we knew, you have a foundation, so you know how to come back to this. And now that they're young adults, they can make their choices themselves.
Yes.
And if they ever want to go back, they know how to go back. They know what it tastes like. They know what goes into it. And now it's their choice. Which is why it's called informed choice. I don't try to push this on anybody. I just show you, here's what. This not only worked for me, but here's how it's worked for not only on my clients, but this is the information that's out there that shows you that all the blue zones, they eat a heavily plant-forward diet, single ingredient foods.
Did you see that docuseries on Netflix when it talked about the healthy people, what they eat, and all around the world? It was on Netflix. And when you said blue zone, it reminded me of that.
I saw the blue zone documentary, but I don't know if I saw.
I think that's what it is.
Okay,
I think that's
yes.
what it was.
Then yes.
And it was saying how healthy people was, and they live longer life and all of that stuff because of plant-based foods.
I'm like, even people who, if you take it back to the Bible, it's very clear in the beginning and the end. He makes it very clear what humans are designed to eat. And everything else in between were exceptions that he made because someone asked him.
Oh, okay. Then you're taking us to church. You better go ahead.
So Genesis 1:29, it makes it very, very clear. And in Revelations, I can't remember the verse, it makes it very, very clear. This is what we're supposed to eat. Everything else, if y'all asked to eat, he said, okay. It was an exception. Okay. But then remember what happened to the lifespan when that was introduced. Before we were living hundreds of years, and then the lifespan got reduced. So any angle you take it,
because of the food.
It's because of the food. So these people that claim that they got to have their meat, you really don't. But that's your choice. Right? It's your choice.
You warned us about that old meat chap.
Yeah. Because, it's a sentient being,
You're right.
But I'm not saying it in a shaming or guilty way.
Right. So I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork. What else is it?
You don't eat
pig? Okay. I don't eat pig. Rarely eat cow, since you making me break it down like this. And chicken occasionally. I'm more of a seafood person. And I know that probably ain't no better, is it? Help me, Lord.
Hey, everybody's on their journey. And there's no shame for where you are on your journey, okay? And people take my recipes and add shrimp and stuff to it all the time. Okay, do that, right? But you still have foundation. We still know your PF3 is covered, right? You have your protein, fiber, fat, and flavor. So you come back to it. And that's what matters to me the most. And how close you get to 100% that's on you to decide. And I will be, like I always also say, It doesn't mean that you can't incorporate a small bit of meat and be healthy, because that is absolutely true. You can. I choose not to. I value the life of the animal, and I know that I can get everything I need grown from the earth. Now, people are like, what if you are naked and afraid? And what if you were living in Alaska? Well, I don't. Okay? And if I had to do something different, then maybe I would. I don't know. Can't answer that right now. But we have the option to live here. We're able to live here, and I know I don't have to consume an innocent life. So I choose not to. It's my choice. You don't have to choose that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's warming through. We'll turn this off. That's looking good. I want that to burn. And then now we're going to just fold in our vegetables at the end, because again, our greens should stay green when we eat them.
What other color are they?
They get brown or gold because they overcook them to death.
Oh, yeah. Broccoli is one of my favorite. Cabbage is one of my favorite.
There we go.
Beans, all the greens I love.
Cruciferous vegetables.
Spinach, all of that.
So when I went to school to become a board certified nutritionist, that's what really changed my life, more so than becoming a doctor, because this is the real medicine here. And this is why I go around town and give nutrition cooking classes and really teach this, because people feel like, I'm like, I am not a size 00. I enjoy food. I am a foodie. I love flavor. I don't want to eat rabbit food or food I don't have. I don't want any of that. Like people try to put it out there like that. So yeah.
That's good that you go around and you educate the community about food.
Yeah, I've been there for about 5 years. My classes are always packed.
Really? What's your next class?
2-hour class. I'm planning it now. It'll be in your newsletter. So make sure you're subscribed to the Naija Goddess newsletter. Links are below.
Oh, I'm subscribed. I'm going to be subscribing now.
Awesome.
So now I got to start calling out my meat. So I can let you know I'm trying to change.
Okay, so now, what she doesn't know, so every time we do an episode, I create a dish in my head that I've never created before. This one's slightly different because I made the sauce before, but I've never done this pairing before. And you try it live on air. Okay. And give your honest opinion.
I will.
And if you like, you get to take a to-go plate home.
Oh, ain't that something?
So here we go, guys.
Okay. I can tell I'm already gonna like it. Let's try it, y'all. I might be a vegan today.
She said today.
Absolutely delicious. Absolutely, honestly. And it has a lot of flavor in it. A lot. Oh, yeah.
We have
delicious.
1 serving is 540 calories, 45 grams of protein. Net carbs are 56 grams of net carbs. Fat is 31 grams. And you're getting 40% of your daily value of magnesium, 25% of your daily of zinc, and 25% of your iron needs, just from that. And that's without incorporating the broccoli and stuff into it as well. So,
absolutely delicious. No lie.
Would you make this?
I would.
Do you feel like you're missing meat?
No. I told you I'd be a vegan today. Delicious.
Awesome.
Really love it. Flavor, everything.
I'm really happy to hear that. But while you're finishing up that, we do this thing where we have like a rapid fire round. First thing that comes to your mind is to help the people know you better. Okay. All right. Heels or flats on a big day?
Heels.
One word people would never guess that describes you?
Soft.
The moment you knew you were not playing small anymore?
After losing my husband.
What's the best advice your husband ever gave you?
To keep showing up.
One thing you told every new client in 1 week? In week 1, yeah.
Show up.
Your go-to song when you need to walk into a room like you own it?
I'm Walking by Mary Mary.
Okay. The book you recommend more than any other?
Which one did I like the most? Who Moved the Cheese?
That's a throwback. Okay. One boundary you are proudest of setting?
What boundary I'm proud of setting? What's one boundary? I have so many. Not to play small.
Not to play small.
Not to play small.
Yeah.
That's a boundary.
It is a boundary. What does a good day feel like in your body, not just your calendar?
Relaxing. Just resting.
And lastly, finish the sentence. Greatness is?
Us. Period. I'm gonna finish eating my food.
Well, Dr. Andrena, you have carried and what you're going to really help a lot of women today listening to this message. And to everyone watching and listening, Informed Choice with Magic Guys, we are very grateful that you were here today to share your wisdom with us. Truly, truly appreciate it. And until next time, guys, heal naturally, live vibrantly.
Oh, give me a hug. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it. It was. Girl, if you feel like I'm going to eat my food. You think I'm playing with you? Girl, that tastes good. That is delicious. Yes. It is delicious. And it's so flavorful.
Herbs and roots, secret untold. Plant-based love, it's nature's code. Healing the world, one dish for all. Naija goddess.